Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and today we're going to ship a mug.
Mountain Man Treasures.
Okay guys, so here's the deal. I'm at the shipping station, and I've had some questions in the past about how to ship different things. One of them is mugs, and Jesse Shops just asked the other day, how do you ship mugs? Guys, I've been shipping quite a few mugs here lately, and between our channel mugs and then the Starbucks mugs I picked up, mugs have been a pretty standard shipping option here lately. I've got another Starbucks mug that I've got to ship out. This isn't the perfect way, but it is my way, and it seems to work. Okay, so here's the old shipping table. Again, like I said in that last video, forgive the mess. We're working on that. Some of these are things that we're going to need here. I got some things ready, but here's our Starbucks mug. Okay, this is a Tuscany La Dolce Vita. There we go. Where is that? There it is. This sold for $18 plus shipping. Only on the buyer is like $31 and change. So they're paying up for a mug, right? So we want to protect it. We want to make sure it gets there okay. Now this mug, these oversized Starbucks mugs, they tend to be pretty bulky. We'll turn this on. I'll show you. This is going to be over a pound, I'm sure, or right at a pound. This one feels heavy. There you go. It's 1 pound, 3.2 ounces. So a pound, 4 ounces already with this. Now, some people will do what's called FOMO method. You can look that up, F-O-M-O. I've used that on some mugs. I don't like to use it on these oversized mugs. It works, and it's going to save you money. It's doing a lot of what we're going to do, and then essentially putting this in a padded flat rate envelope, so you can send it out for like $7.50. We're not going to do that with this one, but you can look those videos up, and like I said, I've used them, and they work. It's just not what we're going to do with this. So let me show you first what I do, and this is going priority, so I keep a bin of priority and regular cardboard scraps. Move this out of the way. And I like to protect the handle a little bit extra. So I cut a strip, and this is probably going to be too long. We'll cut that off. I like to wrap this around the handle a little bit, just to give it a little something extra. So all it is snaking it through there. See, we start off like that. And then we're going to snake this through there, overlap it. It's just giving a little added protection, because really, at the end of the day, the handle is the most delicate part of this mug. It's the most likely to get broken off if you don't ship it right, or if it's mishandled in shipping. And actually, turns out, as far as length, that worked out about right. So that's what we've got on the handle. Okay, kind of move that around. There we go. So the handle is a little bit protected. I'm going to add a little strip of tape just to hold it in place. Little strip. That one got a little out of hand, but that's okay. So there we go. All right, now our mug's got... Now, the next thing that I like to do is fill the void. Okay, so it's not an empty space. I like to put something in there. Again, just to give it a little more heft. And what I've started using, actually, and I think this is enough, I use a Dymo 4XL, and these are the label sheets. I just let it keep running off, and this is the back of the sticker label. It works really good for packing material. So I just hang on to it, and we're just going to throw this in the mug. So we do a little bit of recycling. I like that. So there you go. We could actually use a little bit more, but I think it's going to be okay. And now it's time for bubble. Now, I use a fair bit of bubble on this. I've already cut this to what I think is probably going to be the length here. You want bubble side in. That's the side that's protecting. And now, I set it a little farther up because, again, I want to help protect that handle. So we're going to wrap... That's not far enough. I'm going to wrap this over. That's too far. Okay. I'm going to wrap this over. And then see how we've got this extra bubble here. I'm going to shove this down inside the handle. Okay, so now the handle itself is protected, and there's stuff inside filling that void. Okay, so I shove that in the space of the handle. And then you just wrap it. And I put a fair bit of bubble on here. It's easier when it's on the roll. I've already cut this thing off. And I usually do this at my other table. But I just roll it until you push through and you can't feel the mug anymore. It's a fair bit of bubble, but at the end of the day, bubble wrap is pretty cheap. And again, they paid $31 for this mug, so we ought to get it to them in one piece. To be fair, somebody pays $9 for a mug. They ought to get it in one piece. All right, so now that's pretty big and bulky, right? But that's what we got to do to protect it. Now, I'm going to tape outside here, and then we're going to tape on the ends. And you just kind of fold it in like you're folding a Christmas present. You're going to get your corners. And then you want to tape. You want to tape it tight. You want to hold the bubble tight against this. You don't want it loose. So there we go. And then we're going to do that with this other side. But we're also going to kind of push it into the mug a little bit. That's why we didn't need that completely full. We're going to push the bubble into the mug as well. So instead of folding it over, we push it in. Again, pull it tight. All right. Now, that's pretty good right there. We're not done, though. We're going to make sure. So, what I've got, and the ones I grabbed are not long enough. But, again, out of your scrap bin, this is basically like a box in a box, is what we're going to do here. We're just not going to do a complete box. We're going to use scraps. So, tape that to the bubble. You're just adding a little extra protection on the outside, right? Overlap it a little bit. You don't have to cover the whole thing. As far as the ends, you're covering the sides here. So there you go. Now we've got this. Now, if you're doing FOMO method, you would actually have this longer. And then you would do like we did with the bubble, with the cardboard. And you would fold it in on the ends. So it is going to be completely encased in cardboard. And then you put that in the padded flat rate. That's how the FOMO method would differ from what we got going on here. So here's this. I got to go run grab a box. I love these little guys. We're sending this priority anyway. So, you know, this is the perfect size for this once we have this thing all puffed up. I put a little piece of, there you go, a little piece of styrofoam foam in the bottom. I don't know how much it helps. Customer sees that you're trying to protect their item. And it's not on the hard cardboard. But look, that also bumps it up to the top, so that you don't have to have a whole lot of void fill. We can put the same thing on top, or what I'm probably going to do is I've got a little sheet of bubble, just because I can shove that down into corners a little bit. That's what we're going to do there. Actually, it's the wrong way. Bubbles in, guys. Bubbles in. Okay, so we shove that into the corners. It's not going to bounce around in there at all because, as you can see, it fits that exactly. This fits right on top, but there's a little bit of a void right here. So we're just going to put a scrap of foam in there just to make sure there's no void space where it's going to get crushed and potentially crack. And just like that, that's not moving at all, guys. And just like that, we have boxed up our Starbucks mug. Let's see what we weigh now. Hopefully it's under 2 pounds. You can weigh it as you go and kind of mark it off, but it should, yeah. 1 pound, 11 ounces. That's how you pack a mug. So there you go, guys. That's all there is to it. Not super complicated. You know, you got to kind of overpack a little bit on these mugs. Make sure they get there in one piece. That gets you return customers, to get you happy feedback. They can see that you care about their purchase. So I hope this taught you guys something, maybe reinforce something you already knew, whatever. But I hope you learned something out of this video. Guys, I appreciate you stopping by. More thrifting, more garage selling, more selling. It's all coming up on this channel. So if you haven't, hit subscribe, hit the bell. That'll let you know when we put new stuff up. Live shows on Monday night. Premieres often during the week in the morning. Lots coming. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to do them. As you see here, we'll do another one of these videos if you got a question about something. I appreciate you stopping by, guys. We'll see you next time.